we got quite a lot to do today. I got to talk about emergency exit plan for Plan M. We need to talk about position sizing. We need to talk about our weekly winners. By the way, I will not only give away, this is a new, pay attention. We have a new hashtag that I want you to put in the chat. Hashtag Masters of the Universe $sign. If you don't put the $sign, it's not going to work. Seriously, though. Masters of the Universe $sign. If you do that, you're going to be entered to give away something awesome. Just saying. Just saying. Your odds are pretty good. We're going to talk about Plan ETF. And I need to give a special thank you to Dr. J. So we have a lot to cover today. So yes, everybody's getting it right now. Masters of the Universe money. Go, 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 quick, go. I know everybody who put hashtag outlier, that one doesn't count. You need to put hashtag Masters of the Universe money. Yes, yes, yes. Go, 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 go. Excellent, excellent. Is this not the best channel on YouTube?
I love Fridays too. Giving away stuff, especially when it's master stuff. I'm in.
Dude, yeah, it's so much fun. I wonder what kind of cool stuff we could give away today, Joe. I mean, if we go over to the shop, you might get a sit in cash and don't F up hat. You could get a 80 Delta beanie. You could get a 80 Delta jacket. These jackets are sick, by the way. I love these jackets. Not just the 80 Delta one, but that packable type of jacket. Once the fall weather hits, you will only find me in those. I love it so much. I also have an Outlier flag backpack that I take to the gym every day in blue. In fact, let me go to that real quick. This thing looks so sick. Where's blue? I don't know where the blue is, but mine's blue and it's beautiful. I love it so much.
It looks like great material too.
All kinds of great stuff, right? And we're going to give away something free in just a couple minutes, but you will not be entered to win unless you put Masters of the Universe money. Now, I get it that you're going to have to futz around with your phone to go to the hashtag and go to the text and then go back. You got to hit the shift thing to get the $sign. I get it. I get it. Not the easiest thing to do, but it could totally be worth it. Totally be worth it. Dang, we got a lot of viewers today. Do we? I don't know. I'm just glad that everybody here is not a freeloader. I'm glad that everybody here is an outlier who got the invitation only to be here. Yes, yes, yes. Masters of the Universe money. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Arden likes the dark gray backpack. It is sweet. Yes. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So let's start at the top. Emergency exit plan for Plan M. So Chris was doing lots of back testing today, and I have worked on Plan M exit signals. Now, JMac from our Discord was very, very kind and offered to work on making them look beautiful, which I really appreciate because design is not my skill set here. My skill set is coming up with the plans. So this is what Chris started with, and I know it's not great, but it's okay. It's okay. Let me turn this Masters of the Universe money off. There we go. So the exit plan for Plan ETF is an outlier cell signal, or the 1020 cross, or if it runs into an order block. Wait, that for Plan ETF, that's not right. That's not right for Plan ETF. Hold on. We're talking about Plan M. My bad. I need to work on what I'm talking. I am a professional YouTuber, Joe. Plan M. Sorry, back to Plan M. Outlier cell signal, or the 1020 bearish cross, or it runs into an order block, or it hits earnings, or it has a gap and crap. Okay. Now, our first stop is a 2 ATR stop, which is a very wide stop. It's a very wide stop. Now, why did we make it that wide? Well, I got datas over here I'm going to share with you. So this is really cool. And I wanted to share the actual numbers, and I want to actually put the real numbers in all of this. So it's not just like, trust me, bro, it's this thing, right, Joe? It's one thing to say, our back test shows, X, Y, or Z. It's another thing to say, trust me, bro, I found out that it does this, right?
Yeah, talk is cheap, data pays.
Yeah, so that's an additional level of credibility. So the average down move, meaning drawdown, on any trade with a positive outlier signal return on Plan M, meaning if you're getting into a trade, on average, it does have a pullback, just in general. The average pullback is 0.94 ATR, so less than 1 ATR. ATR is the average true range. It is not percentages. It is not dollars. It is the average true range of a stock. So that tells you if a stock is super volatile, it's going to have a very wide ATR. If it's super chill, it's going to have a very tight ATR. So the average drawdown at any point from entry to exit is 0.94 ATR. Okay, so establishing that. If it's a loser, the average down move is 1.63 ATR, which is less than our 2 ATR stop. So I like that. If it is a winner, the average down move is just 0.4 ATR. So super small pullbacks, if there is a pullback at all. In fact, I think I saw when I was looking through the data, 40% of the time, there is no pullback and it just runs.
It's really nice.
Great. Yeah.
All right.
So don't be sitting there waiting on a 0.94 pullback. Okay. It may not ever happen and you're going to lose out a lot. 14% of the time it hits the stop. Only 14% of the time, meaning 86% of the time we're not hitting our stop. That doesn't mean it's going to be a win, but it means that it's going to be less than a full loss. A full loss meaning the amount of percent risk you decided to take. Okay. Whenever we're working on the position sizing spreadsheet, you get to enter how much risk you're willing to take. Could be 7, could be 1%, could be 5%, wherever. You decide how much risk you're willing to take. 14% of the time, it might hit that. 3% of the time, it will hit, or it has hit 3 ATR stops. Now that is our 3 ATR midday emergency exit. That's why I wanted to put that out there. We have had, Joe, I'm sure you remember a couple of those guys like DT, Katos, BKTX. They started off weak and just got weaker all day long. That's a thing of the past. If it hits a 3 ATR move down midday, it is an emergency exit. We're getting out, period, full stop.
Yeah, and I think all those were unpredictable drops too, right? They're good to have that emergency exit for those unpredictable ones.
Yes, for sure. So that was one thing I wanted to talk about is the emergency exit for Plan M. Now let's talk about position sizing. So Deep Thought is verifying all my numbers on here. But yesterday, when I was done with the Plan M position sizing, I went and I was pricing some things out, and I was like, "What the hell? What the baloney sandwich is this?" Some of these were so small, it'd be trading like one contract on $100,000, and I'm like, "No, that is too. It's an itty bitty baby contract." So, part of the reason why I was going through all that data is how often are we going to hit the stop? Well, according to the data, we might hit the stop 14% of the time. That leaves 86% of the time where you could be making Masters of the Universe money, and you're not making Masters of the Universe money if you have one contract. So I was like, okay, we need to revisit the position sizing. And I landed back on the exact formula that I've used forever and ever that Larry Hite gave to me. Nothing has changed about that. It's your risk times the amount balance. So 100 times 5% in this example here, divided by 2 times the ATR. It's the exact same formula we've always used. Always used. The difference is that rather than a half ATR stop, we're taking the 2 full ATR stop. That's the only difference here, right? And that only happens 14% of the time. For the average loser, actually hitting 1.63. So not even the quote full loss in that case. And then of course, we definitely want to make sure we have the emergency exit in place. So that's the latest up there. Deep Thought is going to double check and make sure that I got all my math right. Also, Deep Thought had a great idea over here on Plan A. If you choose to use Plan A, Joe, Joe, let's just talk for a moment here, right? Between you and me, nobody else is listening. Between you and me, the fact that we have a unbelievably profitable system, and then we have a even more unbelievably more profitable system, is the greatest thing in the entire world. Yeah. Right? It's like having the 2 best quarterbacks. I don't do sports, and I don't know who they are. It's like having the 2 best quarterbacks in the entire world playing football on your team, and you can just rotate through them every play to keep them nice and fresh.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's incredible. And, in some of the videos that we've seen during the morning sessions, you hear some market wizards say, sometimes the plan you're running just isn't working for you. You need to try a different plan. And all of a sudden we've got 4 different plans to try, right? So you can cycle through them.
Yeah, we have a comprehensive year-long set of plans, right? There are going to be times where Plan M is rocking and rolling and making us masters of the universe money. And then there's going to be times where nothing's setting up on Plan M. It's very possible. So we could go to Plan A. And then there's going to be times where neither one of them are happening. So we could use Plan ETF, which we're going to talk about Plan ETF in just a couple minutes. And there are times when Plan ETF, Plan A, and Plan M, none of the above fit. So we have a plan for that season of the year too. And it's plan, let's see how smoothly I can do this, like James Bond. It'd be better if my head was out of the way. Boom, just like that. So suave.
Well played.
Then we have plan, sit in cash, and don't F up. So we got something for you to do every single day. I'm super stoked about that. Uncle Bluto has a brilliant question, which I believe he's the guy who sent me this. So Uncle Bluto, thank you very much. How do you calculate 3 ATR? Joe, do you know how to calculate that? If you don't, that's okay, because I will show everybody. You go, Joe.
I personally would go into TradingView and I would add the ATR at the bottom of my chart. And then I'd hover over today's date, and it's going to tell me the value of ATR over on the left. And I'm going to put that in a calculator and multiply it times 3.
There you go. It really is that simple. I know the chat's kind of blocking it, but the value right now at this very moment on QQQs is 5.82. So you would say 5.82 times 3, boom, 1755 is 3 ATRs. So, and I promise you, we will come up with something easier rather than you having to do this. But you would go 1753 below. Hang on, it's a long way down. There you go, basically. And then you just draw a line right there. I need to update this. And I like to put what this is on the chart. So this would be 3 ATR emergency exit. So if during the day it crashes down or even gaps down the next morning and crashes through that is an emergency exit. It is a get out now type of exit. And it is not a close under. It is if it hits 3 ATRs below, we're trying to cut the bleeding, right? We're trying to cauterize the wound. I have a funny story about wounds. I forget who it was, but somebody that I met with a while ago, he was an entrepreneur, and those in the military may be more familiar with this than I am, but he invented a way to help with gunshot wounds, and he sold it to the military, he sold it to EMSs, he sold it to police departments, he sold it all over the place. Guess what he invented? A tampon, right?
No
he
kidding.
invented a tampon. So you just stick the tampon in a gunshot wound. Wow, what a brilliant guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about tampons, but I do know that they have a purpose. And he just was like, hey, you know what? Bleeding over here, bleeding over there, boom, tampons, let's go. And I was like, wow, that's pretty smart. I mean, way to make a buttload of money by repackaging something that already existed. Mm-hmm. This is our tampon. I don't want to say it, but it is exactly our stop the flow right now type of thing, right? This got way too vulgar. I apologize. But the point is, we need this, and this is why it's there. So
now I know some brokers will let you set up an automatic stop, and if we're concerned about tails, maybe that's a great avenue here.
Maybe so. It's also great for puncture wounds. Yeah, and also great for nosebleeds. There you go. We're learning all kinds of stuff today about tampons. I've learned more today about tampons than I have ever. Pat Greeny also used these on Ski Patrol. Pretty cool, right? So, we talked about emergency exits. We talked about position sizing. So the position sizing is going to be based on if this is 3 ATRs and this is 2 ATRs, the maximum we want to lose in this case would be the difference between the current price and the 2 ATR. That's what we're trying to establish here. This is the content we subscribe for. Okay, thank you, Skinny Buff Guy. I appreciate that. So yeah, we're trying to make this a full comprehensive plan, right? You got your plan M, your plan A, your plan ETF, and your plan sit in cash and don't F up. But let's talk about plan ETF, because I feel like this is a really, really, really important thing to talk about. Joe, we talk about ATRs a lot. In fact, we just talked about ATRs a moment ago. if we were to look at any stock, specifically ones that we're looking at for plan ETF, which would be the Qs, which would be the SPYs, how can we tell, you know what, it may not be the right time to get in and use plan ETF? It could be what some people considered overbought, right? With SGov, we know what SGov is going to do. This is a pattern. It is pretty much written in stone. Could it change? Of course. But until that pattern breaks, we can use this to our advantage every single month, where we get in at any point in time during the month. And we know with 99% confidence that it's going to go up. And then we roll it over and do it again, right? Senior Wahoo got us 82 cents a day. Very good, very good, very good. I'm glad that that we make this entertaining enough for 82 cents a day. And you get a full refund on this video. If you don't like it, you get a completely full 100% refund. Isn't that cool? Right. So,
but Chris, for those that aren't subscribed, what's the 82 cents a day referencing?
Oh, Joe, well, everybody who's watching live, they were invited to be here. Did you know that? Like,
how did they get invited?
Well, they got invited through our Discord or through our daily emails that we send out. And if you're a freeloader that somehow is still in the Discord, don't worry, the purge is coming. The purge is coming, just so you know. But for 82 cents a day, you get access to the OVTLYR platform. You get access to all the behind the scenes trading rooms like we're doing right now. And you will see everything when I start trading in the OVTLYR fund, which we have some things we're working on right now. It may be a few more weeks, but be patient. We will have the OVTLYR fund live, which is the exact same fund that for only 82 cents a day, you can watch me go win the US Investing Championship. You can watch literally every single trade I put on and take off, and it's all included for 82 cents a day. Dude, it's the greatest deal on the internet. I'm just saying.
Where else are you going to do that, Chris? I can't think of any place.
Doesn't exist. I don't know. I've heard some people charge like $10,000 a quarter for pretty terrible advice. I think that those type of people want to make money from you instead of make money with you. We at OVTLYR, we want to make masters of the universe money, and we want to do it with you. So that's kind of our MO here. So back to plan ETF, Joe, which is included in that 82 cents a day. Plan ETF involves only two ETFs, the SPY and QQQ. Now, I added this just a little bit ago. We want to make sure it's less than 2 ATRs above our 20 EMA. Less than 2 ATRs above our 20 EMA. We just talked a minute ago how 2 ATRs would be our stop out point if it goes down. Oh, what about if it goes up? What if it goes up so big, so fast, so hard that all that's left is something to pull back like this, right? How do we quantify that? So you can measure it. Super easy to measure, as we just discussed a minute ago. You can, in fact, you could use this to find your stop loss that easily, but don't worry about that right now. But if you were to measure 2 ATRs distance above, so the ATR is currently 585. So let's do 5.85 times 2. It's $11.70 above the 20 EMA, which is currently at 582.67 or 582.77. Gives you 594.47. Okay. So this 594.47 would be the limit to where I would say this is too far extended from the 20 EMA. We're trying to use plan ETF as a defensive play. This is no longer defensive. It feels a lot more risky than I want to take. So therefore, I'm not going to trade plan ETF until it pulls back. I'll buy the dip. Oh, I cringe to say it, but I'll buy the dip. Now, there's a lot easier way to do this. A lot easier. And don't come at me saying, oh, Chris is adding another indicator. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just making a really easy way to calculate this. Really easy way to calculate this. Gabor Pop, if you thought that was smart, get ready. If you thought that was smart, get ready. There is an indicator called the Keltner channels. I did learn about these from Steve Burns. The Keltner channels, all it's doing, in fact, I'll show you what it does on here. All it's doing is it says what EMA do you want to see the 20 period EMA? What is your ATR multiplier? 2. What is the ATR length? The same as we use down here, which is default 14. All it's doing is plotting 2 ATRs above your moving average. That's it. Which, if you can see, is exactly the exact same point that Chris has measured out here on the chart. And I mean, like, we can just turn that on real quick and be like, oh, you know what? Too far. I'm not going to run plan ETF. Let me turn it back off. Just that easy, Joe. Just that easy.
Awesome. So how did you get that indicator, Chris? Did you go to indicators at the top of your screen?
Go to indicators. You can just type in Keltner channels. Right? Keltner channels. It's going to default, throw some other stuff on there. All you got to do is come in here, change your length to 20. That's a 20 period EMA. Your multiplier by 2. That's how many ATRs above that EMA you want. And then the ATR length, in this case, I like the default 14. Use exponential moving average. And then you can change, lines and colors and stuff like that. It's really, honestly, the only job it's doing is measuring for us, and then you can turn it right back off. So
awesome.
why would I want to do this? I want to show a couple examples. This here was one of the plan ETF trades from April 29th to August 5th. During that time, that was 98 calendar days. It went up 19% in 98 calendar days. That's awesome, right? That's what we're looking for. That's why we're trying to implement plan ETF, because this is significantly greater returns than plan sit and cash and don't F up. All right. So where upon this do we see issues, right? Of course, it went up the entire way, but there's some less risky times and more risky times. Using this 2 ATR measurement, we can see, you know what? If it pops over, why not just wait till it comes back in? In this case, you lost no dollars whatsoever at all. You may have even saved some dollars from yourself here, and then allowed it to run up even higher. Once again, pops back over, comes back in. You could have got in on this date. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if there's no plan A and no plan M, and this is less than 2 ATRs away from the 20 EMA, plan ETF is the plan. Plan ETF is the play. But that's not the case for today, because it is above 2 ATRs from our 20 EMA. So isn't that cool? Now we got a plan to know, you know what? If it's too high, if it's too high, if it's overbought, you don't have to get in. You don't even have to guess. We got the data, easy peasy, just like that for you. Now keep in mind, plan sit and cash and don't F up. I can't say that's 100% win rate, but it's going to be damn sure close, because the way that it works. Plan ETF may not get you 100% win rate, but the expectancy on this is crazy high, and it gives you something to do in the meantime, right? I know a lot of people get pissy. A lot of people get pissy, Joe, if they got nothing to do, and they're like, I got to do something. You can do this. You can do this.
I remember one of the first times I ever talked to you, you said, just because you're busy doesn't mean you're profitable.
Nope. And people can be really hella busy and losing all their money in the meantime because of it.
Yep.
So, by the way, if you want to win free stuff, you still have to put in hashtag Masters of the Universe money like Charles and Kresh did. I'm just saying. So the answer for today is we are in SGov, going to continue to hold SGov. If we see a pullback, totally could run into plan ETF next week. But I'm not going to rush it, right? I'm just going to follow my plan. And that's what we're saying. Exactly. Work smarter, not harder. Precisely. Clicking buttons does cost money, Rijo. Now, a great question from Dimitri. I'm glad you asked. Do you exit it if it goes above the 2 ATR? No. That's not the exit signal. It's just an entry filter. Just a way to make sure that you're not buying it when it's overbought, but it's not an exit signal. Not an exit signal. It's a great question. But for me, it's not an exit signal. You could use it as one. The exit signals here are so simple. It's a sell signal on the Q, or if a 1020 crosses down, and same on the SPY. That's it. And if that happens, then you got to plan sit and cash, don't F up.
We have to add in that 3 ATR emergency exit though.
On here?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and add it. Why not? Let's go ahead and add it. I like that idea, Joe. Okay, cool. All right. So, Joe, you want to give away some stuff?
I love giving away stuff. Let's do it.
Dude, that's my favorite thing to do on Fridays in the Weekly Winner Circle. We are a professional YouTube channel. We have to hit those bumpers every chance that we get, okay? This is not fun and games. This is real life. So speaking of the Weekly Winner Circle, all of these people are possible winners except Dr. J. You are excluded, Dr. J, because you won last week. You can't win 2 weeks in a row. I'm sorry. But because of that,
what's that? 45 winners. That's fantastic.
45 winners. I know. So Dr. J, nothing personal. I got to remove you from the list. It's absolutely nothing personal whatsoever. I have to move everybody up one and reset the counter. Yeah, 45 winners this week. Pretty cool, right?
Wow. That's a lot of folks being profitable. Good job, everybody.
For sure. And the way that you get your name on this list is it's so easy. You just go into Discord, you go to share your big wins, and then you tell us what you did, right? Tell us what you did. So for example, April went and got some highlights for me. So like Ratzo, he rolled SoFi and now it's risk-free. He rolled it so many times that he has a risk-free trade on. How cool is that? That's one of the perks of being an outlier for just 82 cents a day. Now Ratzo, I should say. Ratzo knows exactly how to roll and have risk-free stock trades. One of the coolest things ever. I
remember the first time I rolled and realized I had no money on the line. This is brilliant. This is amazing. Thank the Lord I met Outlier.
I know. Crazy, right? And the stuff that we give away for free, Joe, it boggles my mind that more people are not subscribed to this channel. I mean, realistically, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
They're coming. They are definitely coming.
I hope so. I also am excited to share Kostya. I haven't posted here before, but I wanted to share that I did make a few trades over the past week. It wasn't all smooth sailing, but I stuck to my plan and had solid results. But just using 20% of his portfolio, he was able to grow it by 6%. This time he sized much smaller, risking only 1 to 2%, which felt right given the SPY's Fear and Greed Index over 70. Here's the eye-opener. If I had sized up to 5% per trade, the same plan would have delivered around a 30% return on the entire portfolio in less than 2 weeks. Kostya, I say this all the time because it's the truth. What we do is not normal. What you're describing right there is not normal. Unless you're an outlier. Mic drop. I know that Chris often says not to overload with too many contracts, 3 or 4 at most, but with 1 to 2% risk sizing, I can clearly see that carrying 10 to 15 contracts, he must mean different positions, 10 to 15 different positions, and is still very manageable without tying up his full portfolio. I am genuinely grateful for this community. It's rare to find a place that actually teaches how to make money in the markets instead of pushing theories and charging thousands for empty promises. Thank you very much, Kostya, for that super, super awesome endorsement. And like I said earlier, right? Our job is to make money with you, not make money from you. Okay? Like, it's very obvious, our business model versus other people's business model. And then let's read these 3. Why not? On IONQ, today, call sitting at $38. He made 12% in less than 12 hours, or 25% in less than 12 hours. Thanks to the 9 itty bitty baby steps from Outlier. Very cool. David said, jumped in without clocking, and it was smack in the middle of an order block. He got a lucky break on PIPR, trades green, and got out with a small gain. Hey, you know what? Order blocks were one of the coolest things that I ever learned of. And I would bet you, Joe, I would be very confident in betting most people have no idea what an order block is.
Yeah. I didn't until I came into Outlier. I had no idea.
I know. It's almost like I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And Drew says, Chris teaching the plan. Even when nothing says buy, he followed the 10-20-50 with a very small risk on GLD and IBIT. After roll-up wins, I can see the future clearly. Thanks, Outliers. Calm and easy trading for now. That's what I like to call effortless. That is the word to describe how trading should feel, is effortless. Everything just works, right? If you get in the market and you're excited and you're frustrated and you are nervous and you're pissed and then you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I can buy a Lambo. And then the next day you're like, how am I going to afford the mortgage? That's not how trading's supposed to be.
No.
That's not what we teach here at OVTLYR. Okay. Trading is supposed to be calm and easy trading. So thank you guys so much for sharing your experiences in the Discord. And thank you all so much for putting hashtag Masters of the Universe money in the chat if you want to win, because we're going to give away prizes right now. Joe, we get to go to my favorite website of the week. Do you remember what this favorite website is?
Random.org.
Random.org?
Yeah.
For the most random guy on the internet?
That's right.
Exactly. All right. So we have 45 different names to choose from. So for every 20 people, I'm going to give away something. So that means 3 somethings will be given away. And we're going to go from 1 to 45. Sorry, Dr. J. I don't get to include you in the results, but we will give away 3 somethings for these lucky people and 1 more something for those who are watching live, typing Masters of the Universe money. So let's go to random.org in 3, 2, 1, go. First winner is number 18. That is Laxmi. Congratulations to Laxmi. Let's see what Laxmi's won. Laxmi has won on the Wheel of Fortune. Dude, the Wheel of Fortune is so much better than the $10 Amazon gift cards. I love this. Laxmi has won an OVTLYR University hoodie. That's our grand prize. Congratulations. So the hoodies are the most expensive item in the shop, I believe. And so that is our grand prize for Laxmi, and OVTLYR U hoodie. Dude, outstanding work, Laxmi. All right, let's give away some more stuff. Let's go to random.org and hit it again.
Man, I'm jealous. I want a hoodie.
Number 43. 43 is Steve. Congratulations to Steve. Now, I don't know which Steve this is. Steve will be notified because Steve will have posted here in the Discord. I assume it's the Steve that watches live. I don't know how many Steves there are, but it seems like a pretty common name, unlike Hockey Rink or a tactical gamer. So Steve has won. Steve has won. Let's see. Steve says, it's me. It's me, baby. It's me. Steve's won an OVTLYR University hat. Congratulations to you, Steve. I got one of those right here, don't I? Oh, no, it's not. It's sitting on my coat rack. Congratulations to you,
over
Steve.
Here.
That's not an OVTLYR University hat. That's an OVTLYR flag hat, Joe.
Sorry.
Come on, I trusted you. An OVTLYR U hat for Steve. Congratulations, Steve. Joe, we got one more winner. Who's going to be? Number 30. Number 30 is Hockey Rink. Speaking of Hockey Rink, I just mentioned him a moment ago. Hockey Rink is the big winner. Let's see what Hockey Rink wins. Let's see what Hockey Rink wins. $10 merch credit. Now, while that doesn't sound like much, we actually have priced this at the very lowest possible price that we are allowed to offer in the shop here. And if you use code OVTLYR at checkout, you'll save even 10% off. You could grab you some stickers. You could grab you stickers and a koozie and be right at $10. You could get you an OVTLYR flag mug, because when you use code OVTLYR, it'll be less than $10. You can get all kinds of stuff for $10 on here. Yeah, congratulations to all you guys. Our goal is to not make money for merch, okay? Our goal is to have you guys spend as little as possible to support us, right? We don't want to make money from merch. It is not our goal here. Our goal is to get it in your hands as fast as possible. So a $10 merch credit for Hockey Rink. Now the grand finale. Who gets to win the last one? Who's going to win the last one here, Joe? I'll give you 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds to type in Masters of the Universe money while I pull up an email that I'm going to send to April. All right, who is it going to be in 3? Wonderful. Winter is coming to Canuckland, and a skull cap is a good idea. I don't know if you would call this a skull cap. I would call it a beanie here in Texas, but that could work. That could work. It's going to be less than $19 with a $10 gift card, or $10 or 10% off. So go for it. You ready, Joe?
I'm ready. Let's do
this thing. Let's do this thing. The big winner, the final winner of the day is Wheezy.
Nice.
Congratulations, Wheezy. You are our final winner of the day. Let me put that in my email to April. Boom, boom, boom. And our final winner of the day. What is our final winner of the day going to get? Let's see. Our final Wheezy winner of the day is going to be an OVTLYR University koozie. I got one of those. Let me see if I got it handy. I do have it handy. An OVTLYR University koozie. There you go. So OVTLYR University koozie for Wheezy. Congratulations to Wheezy. OVTLYR U koozie. Congratulations to everybody who is here watching live. Being an outlier means you're a winner, right? We are trying to make this the greatest channel, the greatest software, the greatest experience of all time. And we do that by your feedback and getting information from you to help us improve the platform, to help us improve the trading plan. And as I've mentioned many times, Joe, right? The trading plan was built so that I could make as much money as I physically could. But if you're following step by step by step, what do you think is going to happen, Joe? What do you
Masters of the Universe money.
I mean, I can't promise anything, but if you decide to follow me as I enter and win the U.S. Investing Championship in the Options and Enhanced Growth Division, which I am calling my shot right now, and I'm going to continue to call it all the rest of this year and all of next year. And we're going to have a big, beautiful trophy, and we're going to manifest that, Joe. It's going to be awesome. I am so stoked that we can do this together. But you know what I'm most stoked about, Joe? Dr. J sent me something today that it actually made me tear up a little bit. And I don't know, I might tear up again right now. This was, I already am. This was so impactful to me. And it shouldn't be, but it really was. And I'm getting goosebumps and I'm getting teary-eyed because what he sent me, while it's just a wallet, it came with this card and it said, "Thank you for being a superhero."
Wow.
And man, it just hits me so hard. This wallet's so cool because you take your ID and it makes you into Batman.
That's wonderful.
And this is my hero ID. And I'm just follow my plan, dude.
Wow.
What to do.
What an amazing gift.
It really hit hard. And I appreciate that so much.
That is wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. J. That meant way more to me than you ever thought it did.
Very cool.
Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you, Dr. J. Thank you everybody for being here. We're gonna hit the Masters of the Universe money song on the way out of here. How's that sound, Joe?
Well, we have one more thing to celebrate.
What are we celebrating?
I, being an OVTLYR University graduate, one of my fellow graduates is celebrating his wedding anniversary this weekend.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah, Ozzy Ian.
Hey, congratulations to Ian. I'm sure it's been more than a couple years. I know he's got a couple gray hairs. So congratulations to you, Ian. Well deserved. Well deserved to you, my friend. So thank you all so much for coming. Really appreciate everything that you do. You make OVTLYR the amazing product and community and everything together. And it's all thanks to you. You guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk soon.